All right, another day, another big publisher, this time Nintendo, stepping up to the plate to tell us what is coming for the Nintendo Switch and the Switch 2 in year two for the Switch 2. Let's head over to IGN, who has a write up of everything. And first and foremost, people have been wanting it. It's been speculated, perhaps leaked and rumored that this was coming out, but The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake is real. Nintendo closed out Nintendo Direct with a confirmation of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake, which is due out at some point in 2026. We got a brief tease showing Link sleeping in his hut. Nintendo promised it will tell us more soon. Can't wait. Here's the official blurb. The Nintendo 64 Classic returns for a new generation in 2026, reborn exclusively for Switch 2. After that, we got Kingdom Hearts 4. It's real. It's finally here. Kingdom Hearts 4 gets its big reveal after years of waiting. There's no release date, unfortunately, but we know it's coming to Nintendo Switch 2. And now that was a big surprise. I think that this makes a lot of sense. I think that people who might be into the Kingdom Hearts series are also people who are into Nintendo consoles. It's nice that they're getting not only Kingdom Hearts 4, but Kingdom Hearts 1 and 3 collection. So the complete Kingdom Hearts collection 1 through 3 comes to Nintendo Switch 2 on October 8th. You can play the demo for Kingdom Hearts 3 plus Remind later today. So if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan and you have a Switch 2, pretty much the best thing you could possibly hear. You're getting all 4 games. I know there's a lot of other spin-off games, and even like the DS had some, but the core games are coming to Switch 2, and that's very exciting. This one was a bit of a surprise. Saber Interactive's wonderful Warhammer 40k action game, Space Marine 2, is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. And they go on to say they're a massive fan of Space Marine 2. I am also. I think that it's not a very Nintendo franchise, let's be honest, but it's cool that Nintendo Switch 2 is able to be played on there, decently. Minecraft, obviously, if you have a Switch 1, you probably have Minecraft. I know I spent a lot of time playing Minecraft on my Switch 1. Well, Switch 2 is getting a dedicated Nintendo Switch 2 version of Minecraft. Expect better visuals and enhanced lighting and shadow effects. Your Switch worlds carry over. It's due out some point this year. I think it's cool too with how you can use the Joy-Con as a mouse. That'll be really helpful because I do like Minecraft on console, but I love Minecraft when I can use my mouse. Other than that, Splatoon Raiders. We got a fresh look at the single player Splatoon Raiders due out July 23rd. There's a Splatoon Raiders Direct set for June 30th. So we'll have to wait a little less than a month to find out more about that, but very excited there. Dragon Quest Monsters, The Withered World. Scout, train, and synthesize monsters to discover your new favorite companion in Dragon Quest Monsters, The Withered World. Launching December 3rd on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch. So, hey, for those of us who haven't upgraded yet, we got a little bit going there. Final Fantasy Resonance. Final Fantasy Resonance is a brand new HD 2D turn-based RPG from Square Enix due out on Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC October 22nd, 2026. I'm not the biggest fan of the 2D HD style, but I do think this looks interesting. If you're a Final Fantasy fan, I'm sure this is very exciting for you. You can play a demo of Star Fox for free on the Switch 2. We got a Nintendo Switch Sports Resorts. Sports are on the way. Nintendo Switch Sports Resorts includes a number of mini games, including thumb wrestling. It's due out exclusively on the Switch 2 on October 22nd. In the blurb, return to Woohoo Island with Nintendo Switch Sports Resort, a new entry in the series coming exclusively to Nintendo Switch 2. Create a Mii character or sportsmate, then get up and moving with intuitive motion controls that use Joy-Con 2 controls in a variety of ways, as racket, bows, and even handlebars. Across 12 sports, team up or challenge friends and family with play or solo in new and returning sports like boxing, table tennis, archery, tennis, volleyball, bowling, basketball, golf, and thumb wrestling, and leisure sports like skateboarding using Joy-Con 2 mouse controls, power cruising, and prop plane. You can also do warm-ups with jump rope. The games begin in Nintendo Switch Sports Resort for Nintendo Switch 2, October 22nd as well. Now, this is huge for fans of the Xenoblade franchise. First, the Xenoblade Chronicles games are each getting Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, and its upgrade pack are available today. Additionally, the digital Nintendo Switch 2 editions of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 will be available July 30th and December 3rd, respectively. And then we have Xenoblade Genesis. Nintendo announced a brand new Xenoblade game. It's called Xenoblade Genesis, and it's due out on Switch 2 in 2027. We got Devil May Cry 5 coming to Switch 2 on June 23rd, if you're a big Devil May Cry fan. And I do think that, Bayonetta and Devil May Cry have had their moments on Nintendo consoles, so this isn't terribly surprising. Lies of P. Listen, I'm not a big Souls-like fan, but my brother is a huge Souls-like fan, and he says that Lies of P is right up there with some of the best of those games. So if you are interested in that, you can check that out. We got some DLC coming for Donkey Kong Bonanza. Nintendo announced Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC, which includes Mario-inspired outfits for a limited time only on Nintendo Switch 2. You can take on challenges in Donkey Kong Bonanza and other select Donkey Kong Nintendo classics via Nintendo Switch Online, plus in the Donkey Kong Bonanza, DK Island, and Emerald Rush paid DLC. A limited time collaboration with Super Mario Bros. Is available. This limited time collaboration event will be held in 4 waves, with the first wave beginning later today. So, I think this is the first step for Nintendo to create achievements. If you play on Xbox, PlayStation, or Steam, there are achievements. Nintendo, you got to do it. You got to add them here. There's some Pokemon Pokopia DLC. Nintendo announced a free update for Pokemon Pokopia in August that adds a new Dive. With Dive, you'll be able to explore the world on the ocean floor and enjoy a life with Pokemon living under the sea. There's also paid DLC via an expansion pass. The Pokemon Pokopia expansion pass paid DLC is available for purchase today. Part 1, Bubbly Basin, is planned for release this August. Past that, we got Stellar Blade coming to Switch 2. That's a very popular game. Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen is getting an expansion. The surprise announcement Nintendo Direct revealed Dark Arisen, the same name as the popular expansion for the first game, is due out October 9th on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and Nintendo Switch 2. Is available as a bundle or a separate expansion DLC on existing platforms. If you play Dragon Dogma 2 on the Switch 2, let me know how it runs, because even on my PC, it doesn't run the best, so I'd love to know. Then Onimusha Way of the Sword is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo offered a fresh look at the combat in Capcom's upcoming action game. It's due out September 25th, 2026. And finally, Rhythm Haven Groove. Nintendo Direct kicked off with a fresh look at Rhythm Haven Groove, which is due out on Switch 2 July 2nd, 2026. There are over 80 new rhythm games included, as well as plenty to unlock. Up to 4 players can play in over 30 multiplayer games. So, all in all, I thought this was really decent Direct. Maybe nothing really blew our socks off. I guess the biggest one was probably the announcement of Ocarina of Time remake. We'll have to see, how that all comes together. But I think if you're a Switch 2 fan, you're pretty happy with this, Direct. And if you're not a Nintendo Switch 2 fan, you probably didn't care about this. You're probably not watching this video. So to all the Switch fans who are still with the video this far into it, really appreciate you sticking around. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, if you enjoyed this content, and check out our other channels, include Weird Good Sports, where we cover sports news, and our podcasting channel, Better Radio. Again, really appreciate you taking the time to check this one out, and I will see you in the next one.